I want to welcome you to tonight's City Council meeting for the City of Columbia Heights for Monday, September 14th, 2020. We have a notice that this meeting may be conducted by a combination of in-person and electronic means following a determination by City Manager Kelly Bourgeois and emergencies declared by the United States, the State of Minnesota, and the City of Columbia Heights Mayor and City Council. This meeting may, pursuant to Minnesota Statute 13D.021, occur by a combination of in-person and electronic means in all meeting formats, whether solely in person or a combination of in-person and electronic means. Members of the public who wish to attend may do so by attending in person or by calling 1-312-626-6799 and entering meeting ID 885-9676-9592 at the scheduled meeting time. If there are any questions about this notice or attending, calling into the meeting, please contact the city clerk at 763-706-3611. Nicole, can we have a call to order and roll call, please?
Councilmember Biskins.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Happy to be here.
Councilmember Mergen.
Here.
Councilmember Novitsky.
Here.
Mayor Schmidt.
Here. Thank you. If you are able, please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, I'll read our mission statement. Our mission is to provide the highest quality public services. Services will be provided in a fair, respectful, and professional manner that effectively address changing citizen and community needs in a fiscally responsible manner. Next item is the approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as submitted, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Biskins, second by Councilmember Mergen. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next item is proclamations, presentations, recognition, announcements, and guests. We do have a proclamation. It was submitted by the Daughters of the American Revolution, and I just wanted to say Glenda did call and apologize that she wouldn't be able to attend tonight because of COVID this year. She's missed coming. She said, she has an outfit that she wears for these events, and she was disappointed that she couldn't join us tonight. This is a proclamation for Constitution Week, September 17th through 23rd, 2020. Whereas September 17, 2020 marks the 233rd anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17 through 23 as Constitution Week. Now therefore I, Donna Schmidt, by virtue of the authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Columbia Heights, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through 23rd, 2020 as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals of the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedom guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties, remembering that lost rights may never be regained. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city to be affixed this 14th day of September of the year of our Lord, 2020. Next item is the consent agenda. These items are considered routine by the City Council. If there are no questions or removal for any of the items, can I have City Manager Kelly Bourgeois come up and give us a summary, please?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Consent agenda, item A is approval of the minutes of the City Council special work session of June 3rd, the City Council special meeting of June 10th, and the regular City Council meeting of August 24th. Item B is acceptance of the Planning Commission minutes of June 2nd, acceptance of the EDA minutes of July 13th, and acceptance of the Library Board minutes of August 5th. Item C is approving a minor amendment to the Planned Unit Development District Plan for the property located at 3989 Central Avenue in Columbia Heights. Item D is Resolution 2020-66, amending the 2020 budgeted transfers. That's transferring $600,000 from the general fund to the general government buildings fund, and rescinding the transfers from the liquor fund of $10,000 to the general fund and $50,000 to the infrastructure fund. Item E is authorization to seek bids for improvements to Liquor Store 3. Item F is establishing a public hearing date to consider alley lighting. Item G is approval of change order number 1 for the sanitary sewer lining project number 2004. Item H is adoption of resolution 2020-67, and that is a resolution ordering the preparation of a report for the MSAS overlay. Item I is adoption of resolution 2020-68, and that is ordering preparation of a report for the water service repair and maintenance project 2103. Item J is adoption of resolution 2020-69, ordering preparation of a report for zone 3B seal coating. Item K is adoption of resolution 2020-70, ordering preparation of a report for zone 4B street rehabilitation. Item L is final payment for zone 3A and city parking lot seal coating. Item M is approving the business license applications in your packet. And item N is reviewing the bills totaling $1,572,530.89.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Nowinski, second by Councilmember Merschman. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is items for consideration, other ordinances and resolutions. A is Business Relief Grant Program Underwriting Services Agreement. Mitch, looks like you're going to be presenting this. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, members of the council. This resolution is to set us in accordance with what we have seen from other cities and other programs in Oka County. A lot of the other programs are utilizing nonprofit organizations or banks to underwrite their programs. There's a lot of financial documents that will be submitted with our business relief grant program, and to ensure that we can review the applications in a safe and secure manner and utilize this nonprofit to look at these documents and ensure that they have the capacity to review some of the stuff that city staff can't review. We have decided to go with the Central Minnesota Development Company. Under this agreement, CMDC will be in charge of ensuring that businesses that apply are in compliance with the state of Minnesota, the Department of Revenue, and then also reviewing losses and expenditures that applicants submit to the city for grant money. And then also ensuring that they have complete expenditures or a list of expenditures that have been related to the COVID-19 epidemic. Under this agreement, it'll be the city's or city staff's job to review the agreements or the applications before they're submitted to CMDC and make sure that businesses have completely filled out the application and have all the supporting documents for the application process. Like I said, this is very standard. Anoka County utilizes the same nonprofit and another nonprofit to organize their grant program, and there are multiple other cities in Anoka County that utilize CMDC to do the underwriting for their programs.
Thank you. I think this is actually a great idea that you're using the same one because it makes it easier, since it's such a short period of time that the people and businesses can apply for these grants. It'd be best if they go to one stop shop and make sure that they are getting what they need at the correct time. Thank you for that. Anybody else have any comments or questions regarding this?
I was curious to know what the turnaround time is, once the staff has made sure their application is complete, then it goes into this company, what's the turnaround time? Is it within the 10 days or can it extend beyond?
So at the end of the 10-day application period, we'll start the review of the process.
Okay.
The turnaround time ultimately depends on how many applicants we receive in the program. If we are overserved, it's gonna take a lot longer to review all the applicants and then, decide on which applicants prove the need for the grant funding.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Can I get a motion to waive the reading, please?
They move to waive the reading of resolution 2020-71. There being ample copies available to the public.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Biskins, second by Councilmember Davinsky. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And motion to adopt, please?
Move to adopt resolution 2020-71, resolution authorizing the exception of the underwriting services agreement between Central Minnesota Development Company and the City of Columbia Heights.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Biskins, second by Councilmember Davinsky. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Is there no public comment on that one?
No.
No? Okay, this is by.
Then the next item is just kind of hand in hand with the first item, is amendment to the Business Relief Grant Program Guidelines. Mitch Rennie, please go ahead with that.
Thank you, Mayor. Members of the council, when we originally approved the grant program, the intention was to get the grant program moving right away and trying to get out to the city as fast as possible. In between now and then, we've actually had the completion of the first round of funding for the Anoka County grant program, and other cities are starting to complete their first rounds of funding. And so we've been able to take their experiences and try to add them into our grant program. One thing Anoka County had found is that the program was extremely underserved. Of the 500 applications they had expected to, actually 500 grants they had expected to give out, they only received 180 grant applications. So they are continuing to improve the grant program and then go for a second round. By making the change from up to $10,000 to up to $20,000, our grant program goes in line with what we're seeing of surrounding communities and the examples they have set. This doesn't mean that the grants have to be $20,000. So if we do receive a lot more grant applications than we expect, we can always give less money to try and spread the grant program out. But this allows us, if we do receive an underserved grant program, unlike Anoka County, this allows us to get out the money right away and try and get a little bit more to the businesses that are really hurting, rather than just giving them the $10,000.
For people who may be watching or listening in, where do they go first to get this information about the grant? Do they come to the website? Do they call in? Who should they talk to? So they contact the Central Minnesota Development Company?
Yep, so the city itself, the Community Development Department is gonna be handling the grant application. We will be able to assist anyone if they contact the Community Development Department. We will have a spot on our website that should have an online application. Hopefully, we're gonna work with the HR department to get an online application through the city website. And we'll also be going around to the businesses on foot, handing out business cards and the application process. So ultimately, it'll be community development staff that'll help businesses throughout the application process. And then CMDC will just kind of be doing the reviewing after we've set the applications.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Councilmember Biskins?
Did we figure out what the total amount that's gonna be available to help the businesses with this grant money?
Councilmember Biskins, right now, staff is working with finance to determine what the
Okay.
amount that is left after we've submitted for all the city-related expenditures.
Okay.
So we don't have that number yet, but we will in a week or so, we expect.
Okay, thank you. And I appreciate you going door to door and talking to the businesses, because that was my next question, is how are we contacting these companies to let them know about the program? So it's a good way to do it. Plus they get to know you. It's a good way to connect.
Alright, any other questions or comments? Okay, can I get a motion to amend?
Move to amend the Columbia Heights Business Relief Grant Program language, removing grants will not exceed $10,000 and replacing it with grants will not exceed $20,000.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Nowinski, second by Councilmember Merschman. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item is City Council and Administrative Reports. Councilman Biskins, you want to start?
Sure. I'm still continuing with volunteering at the Blooming Sunshine Garden in Lomiaki. We've been harvesting tomatoes, peppers, potatoes, squash, herbs. There's quite a bit there. I don't know how much is left after the cold week we had last week, but people in the community are welcome to check it out and pick whatever they find. It's healthy and there's no pesticides on it. The second one is I attended online the Minnesota Climate Adaptation Conference. They were focusing on the northeast of Minnesota and two interesting notes. Heavy precipitation has increased by 35% up in the northeast part of our country, and the average temperature has increased by 2.5% in the northeast. There was other information, those were the two that stood out for me. I also attended with Councilmember Merschman and Nowinski our little ceremony for the tear down of the business center at 3989 Central Avenue. They just started the big monster dinosaur arm. It's very exciting. If you haven't had a chance yet to come down and look at what they're doing, I've been there quite a few times in the last week, so it's very exciting to see that building. And the crumbling wall that everyone talked about for years is gone. So I attended the school supply distribution that was hosted by our police department schools in Sept, and also the planning commission last week.
Councilmember Williams. Councilmember Merschman.
Just a couple things. VFW flag retirement thing went good this weekend. It was a nice day, not windy, no rain, and there's quite a bit of people that showed up, and I want to thank everybody who brought their flags in so we could retire them for them. It went good. And one more thing was that the Fridley Fire Chief, Mike Spencer, passed away this weekend, so I give his family and the city of Fridley our deepest sympathy. He was a great chief, he was a great person, and a great friend, so rest in peace. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Nowinski.
I was able to attend the flag retirement ceremony as well. Very nicely done, thanks to everyone that did come out. Other than that, been getting the kids through the first week and onto the second week of distant learning. It's still going better than I even expected, so good job to the schools for that, for making the changes, and keep up the good work.
I know Councilman Merschman, Nowinski, and myself, and our Community Development Director, Aaron Cherfick, attended the ribbon cutting at Prodeo. It was nice to see the school, the inside of the school. We've been watching the outside, the walls come up, but it was nice to see the beautiful building that they've erected there. Last week was my Zoom meeting week. I started out with the Mississippi Watershed meeting and on Tuesday, and I tried Zooming in on EDA Council. I don't think I'll do that again, but it didn't work as well. One of the things, I've been on vacation and feel sorry for people that have to deal with slow-moving internet, and now I know what it feels like. It's kind of like going back to the old days when you had to dial up. But then I did 3 more days of Zoom meetings with League of Minnesota Cities, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. They hosted the annual board retreat, and instead of going to Duluth like we did last year, we just stayed wherever we were. I ended up being at the local coffee shop, found better internet there, and it worked out well, and got some interesting information. It was interesting for me in respect that the MWMO and the League of Minnesota States, one of their high priorities was talking about racial equity and what is that going to mean for us in the future. So, and also the Metro Cities, I'm actually on a board there with Metro Cities too, and that is one of the biggest discussions after this summer. So we're discussing what is it going to look like, and how do we fix things that are broken. So next item is report from city manager Kelly Bourgeois.
Thank you, Mayor. The only other addition I have is we have a movie in the park this Friday at McKenna Park. It will be Abominable is the movie. Starts at 6:30, movie starts at 7:30. It's scheduled to end at 9:15. There are still tickets available. We are laying it out for social distancing so families can sit together in kind of like pods. We'll have areas marked out on the grass. If you would like to register for that, it's free for anyone that wants to attend. You can get to that from either our website or our Facebook page. And then just to echo what Councilmember Mergen said, very sad to hear about the Fridley Fire Chief, and we are doing whatever we can as a fire department, and our Chief Charlie Thompson is working closely with them. We're there for them to get them through this unexpected loss, and just whatever they need, we will be there to provide it. So, thank you.
Thank you. Next, report from the city attorney.
Good evening. Nothing particular to report. I'll stand for questions if there are any. If not, I'll sit down.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah.
Thank
Great,
you.
thank you. Okay, then last item, can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Mershon, second by Councilmember Biskin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.